Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? So let's talk about man. Holy crap, this show is getting ridiculously wild. So we pretty much have confirmation that whatever this guy who has been stalking Kana and following her around and all this stuff, we have full confirmation that he is a straight up detective somehow. And because he's a detective, he knows about every single thing that goes on with Kana. And not only does he know everything that's going on, he could easily probably give one of the students money inside the school, anything to be like, hey, post up this flyer, and I bet you didn't even know this about her, blah, blah, blah. And there you go. Now the whole entire school knows exactly what she's done. Like, while she transfers schools and stuff, supposedly this is wise because somehow this information probably gets out every single time she's. Oh no, did I not do it? Please say I didn't do it. Okay, I didn't. This information probably gets out all the time and makes it so she has to transfer so she just doesn't deal with any like actual trouble and stuff like that. So that kind of sucks for her as a whole that she has to deal with that. But at the same time, um, we know that whatever kind of transpires from here on out, sooner or later, our main character should be using his time, his ability to try to stop something from happening. But it felt like this was just one of the episodes to get rid of all of excuse me, all of the explanations that we haven't gotten on this creep detective, and now that we've gotten all the information, it feels like it's time to cut him loose. And by cut him loose, I mean every single person that we practically seen up in this show thus far that have been uh, in contact with the guy who can use his powers to hypnotize you and stuff winds up dying, right? And because of that, seeing him get the eyes used on him, I was like, "Ooh, your time is up, buddy. Like you are highly expendable." And we're gonna see just how expendable you truly are now. So after learning that we're going to get that the new form of him, like a form of him that once he gets close to the target, he's going to start losing control. He's going to start acting some type of way. And as him being a detective, and there being someone else out there who's doing great work, who's getting everything that they need done somehow. Uh, wait, let me think. Oh no, I can't. Okay, I can't remember if we already met that person and exposed them. Oh yeah, we did. It's the substitute teacher. So she's doing all the work that she does normally throughout these times of these days, early on in the show, and getting like I guess praised well by her um, hypnotist. So with that, we now know that everybody else who kind of has very little to do with all this stuff, like with the his father and whatnot, they still know enough to get them in trouble. I feel like anybody that knows too much, for instance, the principal or the guy who's taken over by the space demon is he's already well aware that some students are heavily looking into this. So that's what already kind of drew some flags for me in the case of him not making as much moves against them as much as he's just kind of allowing them to coexist and do what they want in that instance. Because the reason why I say he knows is he literally invites them, and the first thing and only thing he really wants them to see is a picture of something that truly relates to the being inside of him or whatever, like someone straight up like making the humans be tortured and all this different stuff. So it was like a way to grasp where their knowledge is or what they might see in it if they're given the same, overall material to look at. Do they come up with the same conclusions, or is there something else that other people can see in it that have been studying up on it? And that's kind of what we gotten from this guy, is just every move he kind of makes is, uh, very thought out, and now he doesn't even trust his own detective that he's hired, mainly because he's not getting anything done, so why? Oh, I missed that. Dang it, I thought he was going to come closer. Why trust somebody who isn't getting, nearly what you want completed, and not just take matters in your own hand and possess them? So that's what we're looking like. We're getting now. Little possession, little, um, little way just to show us that, hey, he knows, and if you aren't going to do what he needs you to do when he hires you, he'll just do it himself and practically use you as fodder. And because he's using you as fodder, you probably are going to do some things that after you've done it, you can go straight to jail. Like, he doesn't care about the consequences of these people he, hypnotizes or gets into their minds. He just needs them to actually complete the same task that he's been asking them to do, seemingly when they can't. So that's always interesting, in my opinion, to see how these things play out in the grand scheme of, if he does, like, for instance, he did this with the substitute, and it did work out and it didn't, right? But doing this with somebody who our main character already hates and stuff kind of seems a little bit better, because at least it's not someone. Oh, I don't know why I said better, actually, because with someone who you know and kind of care about, in the case of you don't want to hurt them and you don't want them to hurt you, those are the best people to get on your side to have, by people, because they're going to hesitate every time to do anything back, retaliate and stuff. But when you have a dude that they absolutely hate, they're not going to hesitate at all. They're going to be like, oh, well, we always knew you were scum. And now that you're trying to do this and pull a gun on us or whatever, he's got like, this demon's going to make this guy do, pretty much, now that he owns him, his mind anyway. We'll see how he actually delivers on his, his power, and delivers on using this detective. Um, but yeah, overall, this show definitely has me concerned for every single time we learn something about anyone that's cool. It usually comes with a price, and that price this time around is about to be, maybe Kana, or maybe something else that we don't expect. But the weird thing is, once people have, like, died and are supposed to die, you can't change it. That's fate, right? So I'm really interested to see how all this plays out. I hope you guys are as well. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I definitely wanted to see if there was anything else gonna drop on this Tuesday, but it looks like Tuesday's schedule's pretty much done and summed up. So if it is for a while, like if there's, like, next week, for instance, there isn't another thing coming out, I probably might make it. I might find a third show for Tuesdays, and it's a Monday show that came out that I didn't record. So it might end up in this lineup, including if it's like, I mean, it's almost 1 o'clock here that I'm making this video, 1 p.m. So if something doesn't come out within like 3, 4, I might just make that video, and drop a third. So if you guys are excited about that, make sure you guys drop a like or tell me down in the comments that you do want a third video. And the video would be on this show that's ended with a girl wanting to be a dog, pretty much, at the end of it. So if that is something you're interested in, let me know, and I will get to work on it later today. And with that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing one. Yeah, I expect to be able to relax. I've done 2 videos, but at the same time, I felt like there might have been something new coming out today, so I was kind of just going to relax until it happened or whatever. But now that it looks like it might not happen, I'll just try to get you guys out some more content. So with all that being said, take care and peace.